Hi Kipsters. My contribution to the virtual picnic will be a recipe for juicing. That is, when you make your own juice from vegetables and fruit. It's a really great way to give your digestive system a break. Every once in a while, it just feels good to flush all the food through your system. And it's also really healthy. Now, I'm not suggesting that you guys do a fast. I've actually been eating, or rather drinking, nothing but juice for the last 3 days. This is my fourth day. We'll see how far I go. Um, but I do suggest every once in a while, you just give your body a break and just fill yourself up with nothing but nutrition. Today's juice will be fruit, vegetables, and I'm including some leafy greens. So the ingredients will be spinach, about 3 cups of spinach, 2 cups of kale, Tuscan kale. I've got 4 or 5 carrots in there, some stalks of celery, which are great, lots and lots of liquid in celery. I only need half of cucumber. There's lots and lots of liquid in cucumber also. For sweetness, I add the orange, I add pineapples, and I add the apples. You also would be surprised at how sweet carrots are. Here we go. I'm going to start by using my Omega juicer. This is a masticating juicer. That means the machine sort of chews up the food. It spits out the pulp and it also spits out the juice. So it sort of does what your body does. And so I'll turn this on and I will start with my kale. This will be a healthy green juice, and so we'll start with a strong green base. So you take the kale and you sort of just shove it in, start filling it in. Smells good. You can hear it already. The machine's already chewing. And then I use this device to continue to push it down even further. And you see it starts spitting the pulp out on that side, and then right here in the middle, the juice is coming out. And there's a screen so that any type of pulp or particles that might come out don't make it into the juice. So I'll just get that was about about 2 cups of kale. Now I'm going to move on to 3 cups of spinach. And it's best if you sort of roll the spinach leaves so you can get them into the juicer. And I get them in, and then I choose through. And you can see there's more green coming out. Could you imagine if your mom said this was your lunch and you had to eat all of these vegetables? You wonder how in the world could you get all of that nutrition into your body? The way you can do it is through juicing. All the nutrition, and your body doesn't have to spend the extra energy digesting it. There's also something to be said for fresh juice. Absolutely, orange juice, apple juice, those type of juices from the store are really good. But sometimes they've been processed so that they can stay on the shelves longer. This juice will go bad pretty fast. I'd say that probably in a day or two, you wouldn't want to drink this juice, where the juice that you buy from the store has been treated. So you're getting what's good in the juice from the store, but you're also getting some artificial stuff. So that's it for my kale and my spinach, and you can see I have the bottom of my container is full of juice now. And so what I'm going to do next is cut up my cucumber and get some more liquid in this. And you'll see, if you didn't know before, you'll see how much liquid is in the cucumber. You see, it just kind of pours out. And also, cucumbers are a little bit sweet. I didn't know that until I was using them in the juice. They're not as sweet as carrots or apples or oranges, but they're still really sweet. Now I'll take my oranges And I'm going to do the kind of pulpy fruit next, meaning things that are like an apple is hard, but the orange and the pineapple are kind of soft. So I want to put those through next and then use the hard things to make sure I push all the juice out of these soft fruits. I have one more piece of orange to peel. There it is. Now put the orange in, and of course we all know there's lots of juice in oranges. And it's really, really sweet. Now, to be totally honest, if I made an entire juice only of kale or spinach, I would last in juicing for about 1 day. So far my record is 10 days. I've gone 10 days having nothing but juice. But it's because I've learned that you balance the kale and the spinach, and I think I have broccoli in here somewhere. Here, let me put a little broccoli in there. You balance those with a little bit of sweetness. So I'll put some, I'll put some pineapple in. And again, these are kind of pulpy. All right, let me see. And because there's a little bit of pulp there, I just stir it to make sure it clears up the, it clears the grate, so to speak. The juice is falling through, but it's kept the pulp on top. Let's put in a couple of apples. Now, when I actually in the refrigerator have a container that has everything already cut up. And that helps a lot when you're juicing, because when you're hungry, if you have to cut and make the juice, I'm just saying, whatever else in the refrigerator looks a whole lot more attractive than making a juice. So you have to be smart and have things cut up ahead of time so that you can be successful. You have to plan to be successful. I think we talked about that earlier in the year. A plan without a goal without a plan, that's just a wish. If my goal is to be successful, then I gotta have a plan to be successful. And that's a great looking juice. And I'm gonna put just a few more pieces of apple. And then if you look at how much I have. Look at how much juice is there. I'm gonna add a little bit of sweetness, more sweetness from carrots. And now I'm going back to my hard vegetables, because they're going to push everything else out through the juicer and make sure I get every last good piece of juice that's there is to be had. And on this side you see it just spitting it out. Now I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard from other juicers that they take this pulp and they bake it into cookies or bake it into brownies, and their kids don't even know that they're eating anything healthy. And so I'm going to end with some celery, which has more liquid, and again it's a harder vegetable. So it's going to push the last of the pineapple and the orange all the way through. Okay, so I'm going to get the last juice off by going back and forth once more and clearing the grate. And you can see the juice that's still falling through. You can see its color, so there's a lot of carrot juice still joining this little juice party. And when I'm done, I just have this sort of foam left, which is just tiny little pieces of pulp that fell through the juice portion of the juicer. So this is a great summer treat. Sometimes I make only dessert juices. Maybe it'll just be strawberry and pineapple and apples. Sometimes I lean a little bit more heavily towards the green juice. You can make juices with beets. Just anything that you can squeeze through a juicer, any kind of vegetable, you can make a good juice of. So I hope that this was helpful. If you guys have any questions or want to try it, send me an email. Especially if you do try it, send me an email. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.